Evening, I'm Chris Matthews in Washington. It looks likely that former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn broke the law when he failed to disclose on security clearance forms the money he earned from Russia and Turkey in 2015 and 2016. At issue is that now infamous dinner Flynn attended with Russian President Vladimir Putin, where he made $45,000 for a speech he delivered for the Russian propaganda network RT, as well as his foreign lobbying work that benefited the government of Turkey. According to the House Oversight Committee, it does not appear that Flynn requested or received the required permission necessary to carry out that work, which all former U.S. military officers must do. Although Flynn's attorney said he did alert the Pentagon. Anyway, lawmakers also say that Flynn did not disclose those foreign payments when he renewed his security clearance. After reviewing documents related to General Flynn in a briefing with the Defense Intelligence Agency, the House Oversight Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz and Ranking Member Elijah Cummings delivered a scathing summary of Flynn's conduct, which might constitute a felony under the law.
General Flynn had a duty and an obligation to seek and obtain permission to receive money from foreign governments prior to any engagement with them. It does not appear to us that that was ever sought, nor did he ever get that permission. If that money was received by General Flynn, and we believe that it was, that money needs to be recovered. As a former military officer, you simply cannot take money from Russia, Turkey, or anybody else.
Knowingly falsifying or concealing a material fact is a felony, which may result in fines up to 5 years and 5 years in imprisonment. We need to have the opportunity to ask General Flynn directly why he concealed these foreign payments.
I see no information or no data to support the notion that General Flynn complied with the law.
Well, in his defense, Flynn's attorney released this statement today. As has previously been reported, General Flynn briefed the Defense Intelligence Agency, a component agency of DOD, extensively regarding the RT speaking event trip before and after the trip, and he answered any questions that were posed by DIA concerning the trip during these briefings. Anyway, but this is a striking reversal of fortune for Flynn, who, as a top surrogate and advisor to the Trump campaign, famously called for Hillary Clinton to be locked up at the Republican convention last summer.
We do not need a reckless president who believes she is above the law. Lock her up. That's right. That's right. Lock her up. Damn right. You're exactly right. There's nothing wrong with that. If I, a guy who knows this business, if I did a tenth of what she did, I would be in jail today.
I who know this business. Wow. Well, General Flynn last month requested immunity from congressional investigators as well as the FBI in exchange for his testimony. It also follows the announcement today that former acting Attorney General Sally Yates will testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee on May 8th. Yates informed the White House in late January that Flynn might be compromised because of the way he described his Russian contacts, misleading the vice president and others about the nature of his conversation. I'm joined right now by U.S. Congressman Mike Quigley of Illinois, who sits on the House Intelligence Committee, which is investigating Russia. Mr. Quigley, let me get to the bottom line of what we think about, at least I do a lot, which is what was Russia doing in our election last year, and what role might the Trump people have played with regarding that? Now, clearly, General Flynn doesn't want to be put in prison, and so he's talking about immunity. His lawyers are talking at some kind of deal. How does this information that he failed to comply with these disclosure requirements about his dealings over there and the money he took from Russia and RT, how does that put him in a position where he may want to talk about those above him, i.e. Donald Trump?
Well, certainly he could be prosecuted. That's going to be up to the Justice Department. Re-listening to the tape you just played where he was saying, lock her up, he's certainly in trouble in the court of karma. It underscores the need for this investigation to go full throttle. It underscores the fact that he was grossly unfit for this position in the first place, and justice will take place.
What do you make of Sally Yates now testifying? She's in private sector now. She can speak. You know, she's the one that basically threw the alarm switch on this guy, that he may be compromised because the Russians have something on him. They gave him money. They had him over there, and he wasn't coming clean about it, at least not officially.
Yeah, I'm anxious for her to testify. I understand she's testifying before the Senate first. She's invited to the House Select Committee on Intelligence. I'm optimistic that'll take place shortly thereafter. I'd love to hear what she has to say. What did she say to the White House and when? When did she warn them about General Flynn's vulnerabilities to Russian blackmail and the Russian ambassador's connection with General Flynn? When did this happen? And if that is true, why did the White House sit on it for so long?
I'm getting a little frustrated watching this story develop, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the Senate, your counterpart, the Senate Intelligence Committee, seems to be in a slow-balling this thing, slow-mowing the whole thing entirely. They're not really geared up, it seems to me, to get anything done yet. Do you think your committee or the House Oversight Committee or the House Judiciary, which committee's leading this fight? Are you guys out front? Because I see this being divided up, and it scares me because when it gets divided up, the Army fails. So I'm wondering, is there enough oomph, enough cohesion to catch the bad guys?
Well, look, there's certainly going to be the effort. I'm as frustrated as you are. Just understand, on our side, we've been meeting with distraction for some time. The chairman's midnight excursion, the president is saying that there was wiretapping in Trump Tower, closing and stopping the open hearing that we were supposed to have. Again, I'm optimistic we're going to reset, reboot, and get going. The American public has an absolute right to know how the Russians were able to succeed attacking the democratic process.
Well, I hope you and Adam Schiff and the rest of you can really push this along. And I know Nunes was taken. He was humiliated by that midnight ride of Paul Revere over to the president's office. Then he comes back the next morning with what he got from the president. It was a joke. And he looks like a joke. Anyway, thank you, U.S. Congressman Mike Quigley of Chicago.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.